Okay.
So we got people coming along as we go here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it'll probably be better if we do it that way.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We'll just do that. Okay. Let's put predictions. Aew All Out. Predictions. Yeah, you don't hear that?
No, I don't hear anything. Hold on, let me mess with mine. See if that's what it is.
Like a tornado going through. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
What's up, last boss? Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Let's see. Corey, what's going on? All right, what's going on, everyone? Okay, so we're going to start in just a second. I'm just getting my life together right now, so
I was about to say, do you have the card up? I've got it off of Wikipedia.
we can just go by yours. I'm just going to follow along wherever.
Right on.
We can just do it that way. Okay, so everybody, Nappy Boy was supposed to be here, but he got stuck in traffic. So what we'll do is today or tonight, we will bring you guys in here to tell us what you think of some of the predictions, whatever. We'll give everybody a turn. We'll just bring you guys in one by one, so then that way it won't be cluttered, if you get what I mean. So remember to share the podcast. Remember to like this video. And yeah, we'll start in just a second. Hopefully, everyone has had a wonderful work week. This weekend is going to be fucking awesome. I leave tomorrow for Chicago. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Ooh, because I've been wanting to. I want to go back to Chicago like so fucking bad, yo. Let me see. Okay, I got it. Hold on, okay. All right. Kevin, Corey, Juan, what's going on, you guys? All right. Just okay, there we go. All right. So I'm sharing this around. Remember to share, everyone. Share. I'm just doing my little thing. Yes, I mean. Off radio.
You gonna get any football in this weekend, Chris?
No.
I'm trying to debate if I even like. So my Razorbacks, my Arkansas Razorbacks, they play on ESPN Plus this weekend, and I'm trying to figure out if I actually want to spend the $5 to watch them beat up on the School of the Deaf and Dumb.
No, I'm all about my wrestling this weekend, so
yeah,
everything else is totally irrelevant right now.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I really, when I sent you that story,
no, we gonna wait until we go live until you know what I'm saying, we get an audience, because you know a lot of people attack me because of that. A lot of people attacked me because of that, and one of them was Skrilla. Skrilla attacked me the hardest.
I didn't even see. I saw a couple of the comments, and I'm just like, "Damn!" Hold on, that was me.
Skrilla came at me hard. I mean, like,
is he the one that said you should have been watching the show?
No, somebody else, some knucklehead said some shit like that. And I was like, first of all, like I was in the kitchen cooking, and you forwarded that to me, and I'm just like, I'm sitting up here like oblivious, like what? Like the
Right.
start of the show, like I'm like, wow, okay,
Though,
so
when I started kind of looking at it, the second time I looked at it, I was like, wait, the ropes are white. That's not right. And then I started slowly like trying to find a confirmation source, and I was like, these motherfuckers finally got me. I think that's probably only the second or third time I've ever been got on one of those. And I was like, shit.
wow. And I literally got caught in the wind of that shit because I'm just like, whoa, okay, because like I say, everyone, like I don't really watch SmackDown like that. SmackDown
Right.
was a decent show tonight, so since I'm thinking like, okay, is this a spoiler or what the fuck is it?
Well, and I mean,
Um,
to be fair, I'm glad it didn't happen because I think
no,
right now it
me
would have
either.
just been a bad omen for him to win the title.
Exactly, and he will like literally would have been a traditional, like transitional champion. So
Exactly.
I'm glad that didn't happen either. Okay, everybody. So we're going to go ahead and go live. So once me and Mike break down all of the matches, we'll bring you guys on some part of the show. And yeah, so enjoy, and we will be right back. Just give me a second, and let's go.
Hold up, hashtag heels for life. Wanna welcome everybody, yeah, we gotta get it hype. Hey, every week talking wrestling, we get into it. Current events, even guests that we're interviewing. Hosted by Chris, Kid USA, and Nappy Boy. Shout out to Ziggy, put the smack down, you can't ignore. The best you gon' find anywhere online. Tell the competition they about to get clothesline. Hold up, hashtag heels for life. Let's go.
Welcome, Earthlings. I am your host, Mr. Team Bring It. How you doing?
What's up, guys? I'm Money Mike, by the way. I'm from Podcast Network 49. I guess I should do my whole little spiel here. I'm not cool enough to have a championship cap, seeing as how my Lakers had a early exit from the playoffs this year.
Yes, I have to display this. But anyway, everyone, so this is hashtag Kids for Life Wrestling Podcast. A little special little episode, a little preview or slash prediction episode that we're going to be doing. The rest of the cast, Ziggy is still down due to the hurricane that went through his area in Baton Rouge. James couldn't make it, and Kid is out doing his thing, whatever. So it's just me, Mike, and all of you fans that's out there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down the card of All Out, and we're going to probably talk a few things. Talk about a few things on SmackDown this evening, and then we're going to bring you guys on here. So I will put the link down once I say, "Hey, you guys, come on." You guys can log in. So let's go. What is the first match?
So on the pre-show, the first one I have listed, and Wikipedia is my source here, I have the Best Friends in Jurassic Express versus the Hardy Family Office and the Hybrid 2, which I thought, honestly, the Hybrid 2 was part of the Hardy Family Office. I didn't even know there was a distinction between them. But I easy win for the faces. You're trying to get people to order your pay-per-view. You're going to – and plus, Even though he's cooled off massively and AEW didn't capitalize when they should have, Jungle Boy is still a star in the making, so they're not gonna hurt that situation.
No, I just still feel that when it's boiling, you should take care of it right there.
Oh yeah.
Don't allow it to cool off. I mean, right now he's popping hot. Him and Jurassic Express is popping hot right now. They're like the hottest, coolest faction that they have in AEW. But hey, it just sometimes us wrestling fans, we have to be patient and just let the story play itself out. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
So that's why I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give it more time, and then let's just see how it plays out. But if they take more losses, then I'm going to start asking questions.
Well, and I'll even argue that I thought that Jurassic Express should have won that match this past week. I think that they should be where Lucha Bros are this Sunday. I think, and we'll get into the prediction here in a minute, but I'll put it this way. I think that they should be in that spot. And I don't want to give up too much because we got that prediction coming later, but I definitely think they should be in that spot.
Yeah, I think it should have been a triple threat match. I mean, because the Lucha Bros is basically the arch enemies of the Young Bucks, and then also the Young Bucks have a story feud with the Young Bucks as well. I mean, why not have a mega triple threat tag team match for the tag team titles in fucking Chicago?
I mean, why the hell not fucking put a ladder in there and fucking hang the belts up? Good Lord knows those 6 men would be able to deliver in that situation.
Here's the thing with that is that they already had a ladder match already. The Lucha Bros and the Young Bucks, which was actually one of the hottest matches of 2019.
They just talked about it on the countdown.
Correct.
Yeah, and it was a beautiful match. I think, and once again, I'm going to try my best to save the tag team prediction thing for when we get to that. But right. I think the cage is actually going to hamper the overall match quality in this situation. Not going to lie, unless the Bucks and the Lucha Bros alter their style to fit that kind of match, I think it's going to hamper what they can do.
I don't really think so. I think that say you got Flag Phoenix, and you got you got Pentagon. They're very flexible and very agile in that ring. I don't think a cage is going to hamper their abilities. I think it more so is going to probably even make it even more exciting, to be really honest with you. Now the Young Bucks. Same thing with the Young Bucks. I think the Young Bucks are going to be innovative in their cage.
And Mid-Boss, you're right. It does make sense to do the cage, absolutely, because of that. And again, I'll come this point. I love the fact that they're storytelling with this because yes, the Bucks, they're continuing everything, and once again, trying not to get into too much of that match till we get to it, but definitely I do expect it to be a pretty good match. I feel like it could have been better, but it'll still deliver on what we expect it to be. Okay, next up is the and I think this is going to be on the. I think it got moved to the pre-show. I could be wrong. But the 21-woman casino battle royal for the shot at the AEW women's title, I have 2 schools of thought here. So I think the worst kept secret right now is that Ruby's going to be the Joker. I think that's pretty obvious. So I have 2 schools of thought, and I'm going to steal an extra prediction and say it's either going to be Ruby or it's going to go ahead and be Thunder Rosa. I don't think Rosa is the move, though, and the reason why I say that, even though you have that history with Britt, man, number one, even though I know it wouldn't be the same scenario, I'm tired of seeing Britt have to carry these women. Like, it's getting painful for me to see Britt have to carry these women to acceptable matches. A couple weeks ago on Rampage, watching her, and you were actually there live, Watching her with I forget who it was. I want to say, was it Red Velvet?
Red Velvet. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was literally, you could see her having to talk her through. And of course, obviously, there's nerves and what have you, but having to talk her through that. I think Rosa is a step backwards to go back to that feud. I say it's time to go ahead and start getting Ty Conti ready. If you are so stuck in your ways that you're not going to turn Britt fully face and you're going to leave her in this tweener role, it's time to start getting Ty Conti ready and get more people that you don't think she's going to have to carry. Do I think Anna's ready right now? Absolutely not. She would have to be carried to a good match. Nyla's no. AEW's version of fucking Nia Jax. Which, my God, did you see that shit Monday night? Holy shit, Charlotte about beat the fuck out of Nia Jax.
That was really a shit show. Like, really. But, that's either here or there.
Mid Boss, I disagree. Once again, I think that you do have to be ready though, because at this point, I'm tired of literally being able to watch, and I think Chris even agreed with me that he could tell too that when the champ has to carry you and has to literally like slow herself down to allow you to have a somewhat decent match, you're not ready for that spotlight. I think Red Velvet absolutely dropped the ball in that spotlight as far as that goes.
I think so too. I think she really did show a lot of inexperience. I just don't think she's ready, but she's not ready right now. I think she needs a little bit more experience. She got enough, they put the light on her already, but just that, she missed a whole entire moonsault.
Right.
A whole entire standing moonsault at that. She didn't hit anybody. She hit the fucking mat. You know what I'm saying? And that was on national television, and that shit was embarrassing. Like, dead ass.
Mid Boss, what I would say to your last comment there, I would say that what you're thinking of is more like where I think JB was. JB wasn't ready to carry the title, but JB still had the highlight of having the fantastic match with Omega, and JB more than carried his load in that matchup, rather than what we saw out of Velvet.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Well, Corey just said this. He said that I'm thinking about, because Jurassic Express came out, climbed the cage against the Elite. AEW might be setting up a triple threat. I think the Lucha Bros get the titles. Rematch turns into triple threat because of this.
Which, again, are we sitting here having this conversation? Something just occurred to me. What's the depth in the tag team division? Because let's be honest, really, there's been 3, minus the thrown together team of Mox and Eddie Kingston. There's been 3 teams we've been talking about this whole time: the Bucks, Lucha, and Jurassic Express.
It's basically been wash, rinse, repeat, dry, repeat. Like, that's basically.
And they're really hurt by FTR being out too, by the way.
Yes, FTR. They recently lost against Pride and Powerful. Mm-hmm. There was rumors that FTR is actually on his way out,
which I hate. They had so much promise coming out of that WWE situation.
Oh, definitely.
That, my goodness, there's such talented young men that I would hate to see it in for them like this.
Now, last Mid Boss, he said that visas were issued too for the tag team division.
True. Good point there. Another one though that I wanted to know, where the fuck's Private Party? Because you missed the boat on Private Party.
Private Party was one of the hottest tag teams coming into AEW, and that's what we were all talking about. We're talking about the flash, the glitz, the glamour. We talk about motherfuckers that upset the Young Bucks when they had
the very first Dynamite.
Yeah, the very first Dynamite. Come on now. And now all they've been doing is being, Hardy Boys 2.0. Being, Matt's lackeys and shit. And I think Private Party they're so much capable than that. It just doesn't make any sense why they holding back these tag teams like this.
And if I can reach into the brain a little bit, I would say the rise of why the hell am I forgetting their names over there in WWE? Bianca's husband and the big guy.
Oh yeah, you're talking about everyone who
y'all are gonna hate me for not knowing their names.
Because they're totally irrelevant, but whatever.
But I feel like Street Profits. Thank you. I feel like the rise of the Street Profits, they both rose at the same time, and I feel like AEW undercut Private Party because the gimmicks were so similar.
Yeah, and that's probably why Private Party was like kind of taking a back seat, because they feel that, we already got the Street Profits and shit, you know what I'm saying? We're going to take them off TV because we don't want to show any 2.0s, whatever. They're both black. They both are athletic, well, except for the in Street Profits or whatever, but whatever.
Montez Ford, that's Bianca's husband. Montez Ford is amazing. Do not get me wrong. I love Montez Ford. That dude gives me energy and gives me life. But
his other tag team, Marty Jannetty, I'm just like, no. Anywho, no, and no shade. This is no shade at all. It's just, the big man, he might be fine, but he just does not give me any type of light like Montez does. Exactly.
Did you give me your prediction on the casino? Who you think's taking the W?
I really don't give a damn, honestly.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I really just don't care. I think the faces are going to probably win. I mean,
no, I'm talking about the Casino Battle Royal. The women.
I don't think. Okay, this is how I really feel. If they really want to put some shock value in this, Ruby Riott, if she is coming, she needs to win.
Agreed.
And they need to put the spotlight on her as the next, threat to Brie Baker's title reign.
So I was about to say, I think we're kind of seeing the same thing. Spoiler alert for my prediction later. But I would say, though, that even though she will give Britt a fantastic match, you still keep the strap on Britt, at least for now. For the same reason, I don't want to see Statlander win. I think Statlander's getting close, but we'll get to that here in a minute. But I think that even if it gets to that point, Ruby wins, but Ruby drops the W to Britt, because I think Britt needs that W a lot more than Ruby does.
That might be true. Now, as far as the alien goes or whatever, I mean, they have to give Britt someone that's menacing, someone that know how to wrestle. And then, ever since that she's came back, like, she's been stronger, tougher, faster. You know what I'm saying? It's been, and then also she put a couple of submission moves in her arsenal, whatever, which makes her even more dangerous. So, either way, I'm big fans of both of them. But yeah, I really believe that Brie Baker really needs to take the win.
Absolutely. I think Britt is completely doing the best work of anybody. I mean, I said this earlier, and I don't say this lightly. For anybody that knows me, I'm a huge Shawn Michaels mark. Britt is Shawn Michaels 97. Like, that is where she is right now for me. She is there in ring work. She's there on the microphone. She is doing the best work that it could be argued AEW has right now, because you can argue that, and Jade's getting close. Jade's another one that she needs a little bit more time. Jade's in that Statlander category for me. So we have Britt up here, and then we have Jade and Chris Statlander right here. They need to make that next step up.
Now, I don't know what Art was talking about. He said, whoa, big fella, easy.
I'm sure he's talking about me comparing Britt to Shawn in 97. And I would agree. I think it's a little bit of a stretch, but it's the best comparison I can come with, because Shawn was obviously the best in the company at that time, bar none. And now, arguably, I think Britt is the best AEW has to offer as far as being fresh for right now.
But the whole thing is with Britt Baker, and I've been really noticing she's been real sloppy in her matches lately. I've been like really not trying to
mid-boss,
really
watch yourself.
Not trying to be like petty or anything, but it's like she needs females that can really match her move.
Exactly.
And like you, I'm sorry, but you can't bring someone that you got to talk to and then also misses her cues to actually say that this is a good match. Now, toward the end of the match, it was great. But the thing about it is that Britt Baker actually needs a good rivalry. And I ain't gonna even lie. Thunder Rosa, I would love to actually see them two, lock up once again for this time for the
absolutely. Title. I'll tell you this much. I mean, if the reports are true, and once again, I haven't seen anything confirming this or what have you. If Charlotte and Sasha are as pissed with creative as what they're saying, if Tony Khan isn't chirping in their fucking ears right now to get them over, could you imagine Charlotte versus Britt or Sasha versus Britt? Holy shit. Those would be fucking amazing matches.
The possibilities are endless. See, the thing about it is, too, everyone, that as much as people want to say that AEW is not competition, they are literally building up their roster every fucking 6 months. Like I know that's kind of a stretch, but I'm just looking at it. Look at what they've been doing for the past 6 months. They have been making power moves. I mean, actual power moves where people are saying, "Oh my fucking god, I need to tune in to this TV show like every freaking Wednesday," because you just don't know who's showing up. Once again, they're using the blueprint of WCW, that whole unpredictability that they have on their side, and that's what's making fans come and see what AEW is planning on doing now. Because like no one knew that Malachi Black was coming to AEW that quick.
Right, absolutely.
So, now McQuan said that Sasha is on her way out.
I wouldn't be surprised. And I'm a big Sasha fan, so the fact that Britt and Sasha, the two best workers that I think are in female wrestling right now, have an opportunity to go face to face in the ring. Oh my God. I've got a half chub just thinking about it.
Exactly.
Let's go. Amazing.
Go ahead. Oh, my bad.
Oh no, you're fine.
Okay. You want to go to the next match?
Sure. We got Jon Moxley versus Satoshi Kojima. Mox wins this easy, in my opinion. There's no reason to put the New Japan guy over. I mean, and again, I realize Mox is just coming off the pregnancy and everything, but Mox is floundering. Again, I say, for everybody that said that WWE left him to mistreat him or what have you, Mox is floundering in the mid-card just like he did in the E.
Yeah, I hate to say this, but I'm not saying that he's lazy or anything, but we're seeing the same Dean Ambrose Moxley that we've seen in the WWE. The only difference is that he can say bitch, shit, and be a little bit more hardcore. There's really nothing that he's really done for the past, like maybe 4 months or since, before and after he left, that's really like saying, oh my God, like, I'm saying, I'm really liking this version of Jon Moxley because, like, honestly, I'm sorry, but I don't think he can evolve to the next level. I think this is what he is. I don't think that he can. I think this is he's stale to me. I mean, that's just how I feel.
So again, I think that it comes down to this. It's the same principle as ECW under WWE's rule. Under any other name, WWE's ECW would have been an okay third show. Hey, I don't have to tune into it. I don't really like it, whatever. But because you have ECW, you put the name ECW on there, you have expectations. Right. Everybody knew who the fuck Jon Moxley was. So when you say Jon Moxley's coming and you deliver Dean Ambrose, that's a problem.
Now they're supposed to be two different entities, right? You know, John
I
Moxley.
mean, yeah.
John Moxley is supposed to be the hardcore or whatever version, and then you got John Moxley that is the Shield or whatever.
Essentially, they're two different. You know, it's like Cactus Jack and Mankind, for example.
Oh,
I tell you, thank you, by the way, Mid Boss, for giving me the correction on the pronunciation of the opponent there.
He's being very petty, I see.
No, definitely. If I mispronounce somebody's name, I'm not familiar with a lot of the New Japan guys. As far as this goes with Mox, I'll say this. So yes, there is plenty to come at Vince McMahon over. Plenty that he's dropping the ball on. But at some point, you do have to step back and say, is it Vince McMahon or is it the talent? In this case, I look at every situation where I'm like, is it Vince McMahon or the talent? In this case, I think it's Dean or John or whatever we want to call him, just isn't what he was. And unfortunately, that name comes with expectations that he can't deliver any longer.
Now, Derek said that he doesn't think that the match should be on the main card, period.
I could give a damn about this match. I would rather see the sixth man on the card than this.
Yeah, me too. And I think the reason why we're actually seeing this match because Andrade and Pac are not going to be at All Out because there was some traveling issues.
Now,
so that's why we're going to see them on Dynamite.
I didn't see anything with El Idolo on the card at all. I didn't see Dynamite this past week. The last thing I heard was that El Idolo is still supposed to be there and still doing something. His opponent just isn't revealed yet, rather than it being Pac. So I did kind of want to get into that. I wanted to float a few names. Obviously, Bryan Danielson. The other one that I think, and it's why I asked you if he had a 90-day, perfect time to hit that Adam Cole old school Ring of Honor music.
You know, yeah, that's another thing, y'all. Like, AEW has a chance to shock the fuck out of us Sunday. If Adam Cole does come out and he is in Chicago, man, the roof will come off that blow up.
Especially if he's using the old Ring of Honor music. Oh my God. People will be having an orgasm in the crowd.
Yes. So Mid Boss basically said this. He said Cole won't have a 90 days contract ended on time. So with that being said, that he can literally show up at any time.
Keep your pencil in Cole, though, because rather than El Idolo, I have a better spot for him and a better way to end the pay-per-view. I don't think it's going to happen this way, but I have a better spot for him and a better way to end the pay-per-view. So keep that in mind.
Okay.
Next, we got Big Show versus QT. I'm going to be honest with you. Big Show's winning this thing. I could give a damn again. No fucking need. We'll just kind of skip that one. Okay, here's where it gets interesting. Chris Jericho versus MJF. I think it's pretty damn obvious. MJF goes over. I'm very happy, and I think these two are going to tear the fucking house down. I think Jericho, unless they just want to shock the crowd, I think it's pretty obvious that MJF's picking up this W. And fucking phenomenal for Jericho to give MJF that rub on the way out.
I think so too, because I think Chris Jericho has done his due diligence for the past 3 years. Like, not even me, I ever thought that AEW would get to this level. And I followed the product from day one, you know what I'm saying? And I remember I was talking about this. I was in Vegas and I just felt the crowd's energy. Like, I just felt it was different. And I said, there is something really special about this company. And Chris Jericho needs a timeout. He really do. You know, I know he's going back on tour and I think he'll be more of a better fish. He'll be more of a bigger help behind the scenes versus
exactly. I think Chris is one to transition into his second career as a amazing fucking commentator, an amazing producer. This guy can put together matches like no other, and I think we're going to see that in the future. And this will allow him to go on tour and do his stuff with Fozzy. And now, also, you can be a producer over the phone. You can do interviews, anywhere. So Chris is going to be, I think Chris is moving to that. I think MJF is finally going to move on to, something more beneficial to him. Mike Juan, honestly, I think abso-fucking-lutely. I think within the next, if this happens Sunday, within the next 2 to 3 years, and I use the fact that he really doesn't give a damn about AEW as reference, and the reason why I say that, you saw what he did with the Stone Cold podcast. Vince obviously doesn't hold any ill will towards Chris. And I think it's honestly got a lot to do with Chris, the way Chris sold this to Vince, and Vince understanding, I'm not doing anything with the guy. Hell yes, I will let him in my Hall of Fame. I understand what he did. He wanted to continue working. I'm done. Same reason why I don't think Vince harbors any ill will towards Brian. I don't think he cares. I won't say that I don't think he cares that Brian's gone. I don't think that it hurts him. Like, there's no butthurt in Vince McMahon for Bryan Danielson leaving, because I think deep down Vince understands.
I think I'm gonna disagree on this one because Vince McMahon is a very petty man, and
he can be.
The thing about it is that as soon as Chris Jericho left, he basically erased Chris Jericho from the intro. When every time WWE intro comes up, every time someone leaves, he erases them. You know what I'm saying? You can't erase anyone from history, even though Chris Benoit was a murderer or whatever, quote whatever. I mean, you can't just erase somebody and then thinking like, oh, they're not going to show up ever again.
To be fair, I argue, do you really, though? At the same time, is that more of a business decision? And the reason why I say that, do you really want to show a guy that they can flip the channel and say, oh, that's Chris Jericho from Dynamite. Let me go watch Dynamite. You don't want to give them that reminder. Even though it's something that small, you don't want to give them that reminder that they're no longer with you.
Well, the thing about it is that Chris Jericho will always be part of WWE history no matter where he shows up at. I mean, doesn't really matter,
right?
I mean, no one can really take away from Chris Jericho that he had some memorable matches. He had an awesome run in the WWE.
Absolutely.
The thing about it is it just like, do you really want to be petty and just like, take them off of? Well, I mean, I get it because he's, now thinking about it. I mean, I think it's, I mean, I guess it's cool for him to take them off or whatever. I just think it's just kind of.
Oh, absolutely. It's petty as shit, but it's also business. That's where I understand it, is because, you don't want to acknowledge, hey, this guy's over there. Same reason why they never acknowledged Hogan anymore. They pretty much blackballed him for the whole time he was with WCW, yada, yada, yada. Like you said, Mid-Boss, business is
petty. It is. It's very petty.
It absolutely is.
Let's go on to the next match.
Okay. We now have Miro versus Eddie Kingston, and I'm torn on this. As much as I like what they're doing with Miro, and I don't want to see him drop the title yet, I'm not hating the fact that Eddie would take it. I think it's going to be an epic matchup. Like you said, Mid-Boss, it's going to be a hoss fight. These two are going to go out there, and they're going to be trading live rounds.
They're going to beat the living fuck out of each other.
Oh, yeah.
I can already tell you that right now. This is not going to be a wrestling match. This is going to be a straight bar fight between these two.
Here's something that I want to throw by you, though. If Eddie drops this match, can you get to the point with me at least where can you ever take Eddie seriously in a title match again? Because he's had so many title matches back to back to back that he always comes up short if he doesn't win this one. And that's why I think Eddie may need this a little bit more than Miro. Even if it's just like a month title reign, Eddie may need this a little bit more.
Now come to think about it, I think he might need this a little bit more because Miro has been on the tear for like the past 2 months.
Yeah.
So I think, for Eddie to get the rub, I mean, I wouldn't be mad at it.
Yeah. I don't think anybody would be mad. Plus, it'd be nice to see Eddie finally get a run with an actual, not to say that any of the indie titles he held weren't legitimate, but a legitimate championship on a company that's on TV every week. So it'd be nice to see Eddie get that. I want to see. I just, once again, I hesitate if he drops this one. I hesitate to ever say that he'll win another championship match, and we'll see him in other championship matches. But his drawing power will be hurt immensely.
Yes, because right now, Eddie is still, popular with the fans, whatever. But when it comes to title matches, he reminds me of Chris Jericho before he won the WCW championship from The Rock. It's like you might be this pop star, you might be the fresh face of the company, but you'll never win the big one.
Who is Quez there at the bottom, and that's an actual one that I hadn't thought of for Brian to come out. I wouldn't mind seeing that outcome. Again, we don't solve the Eddie Kingston issue, but Bryan Danielson and Miro wouldn't be a bad matchup. It'd be a pretty good little back and forth. I think it'd give him a lot of opportunity to use that strong style that he was known for in Ring of Honor. And it'd be a throwback. It'd be really nice to see that matchup. If we don't get Eddie with the title, that would be a hell of an outcome to get at the end.
Facts. I agree.
So are you taking Eddie or are you taking Miro in this one?
I am taking Miro on this one.
Okay. Do you think this is where we get Brian then?
No.
Okay.
I think we're going to get Brian. Well, I'll wait for that one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
okay. Next up, we have the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Brothers steel cage match for the titles. I'm going Lucha Bros. It's time for the Bucks to drop the belts.
Lucha Bros all the way. They need to win. They need to win, dude.
They're almost in that Eddie Kingston spot where it's like they're so close.
Exactly, and this time they just need to win because it doesn't make any sense that this is the second best team in the world and they are not getting any titles. They should have got a title like fucking 2 years ago.
Absolutely. I would agree. I would agree.
If the Young Bucks do not drop them titles, then a lot of criticism is going to come towards them because, number one, you're an executive. And then on top of that, you're in a storyline where you're holding on to a title and, fans are ready for you to drop them titles to somebody else. Agreed.
A lot of people will start asking how much of that EVP title are they using.
Exactly.
Next up, we have Britt versus Statlander for the AEW women's title. Again, Britt all day, every day. Statlander is going to have a run in the future. I don't think it's now, though. I think you hurt Britt, too, if you take the title off of her right now.
No, Statlander is not going to win this match because, number one, she just doesn't have the draw power like, Britt Baker. Britt Baker, she's way too hot right now. She's white hot. Exactly. Even though she is a heel, fans still gravitate towards her. I mean,
Exactly.
You just
she is so over, but here's the thing, even though she's so over, I don't think the rub that Statlander would give her or that Statlander would get from her by winning that title, people would be more pissed that Britt dropped the title than Statlander getting a rub.
True. That's true. So yeah, I would say that Britt Baker's retaining.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I completely agree with you. Reports have come out, I think it was from Meltzer, saying that originally Kenny was supposed to drop that AAA title, but they kind of AEW was like, "Yo, can we kind of not do that right now?" And AAA went along with it. Okay.
Hold on, let me read Kobe's one. He said, "I feel that Adam Cole is screwed wherever he ends up in the future. If he goes to the main roster, he will be buried. If he goes to AEW, he's going to be lost in the shuffle with all the other new talent coming in, including hopefully Daniel Bryan." Well, the thing about this is that yes, AEW is bloated. Kobe, it is. It's bloated as fuck. The thing about it is that you have to learn how to utilize them.
Exactly.
You gotta learn how to keep them in key positions.
It's the same situation. It's the same situation as what we talked about with CM Punk the night that he debuted. It's not about the debut. It's okay. He debuted. What do we do now?
Mm-hmm.
Reese makes a good point too. No, there's nobody right now, and that's why I say I think you need to start getting Ty ready for possibly a run. You need to start getting somebody ready. I think Ty's probably the closest to getting there that we're gonna have besides Thunder Rosa, and Thunder Rosa has really not been giving me much recently, enough to say that it would be a positive outcome if she dropped the belt to Thunder Rosa.
Yeah, and if you really look at it, really look at the women's division is still a little bit underwhelming at best. Because
Exactly.
how the hell can you have all this talent, but yet you don't have talent that can go against Brie Baker on the mic in the ring? It just doesn't make any sense, and that's why I said, instead of focusing on the men, they really need to focus on the women's division.
They really do. They absolutely do. I completely agree with that. Okay, here's one I've gone back and forth on. They've got it listed here as the co-main: CM Punk versus Darby Allin. I see Punk putting Darby over. I see a nice, competitive, long contest. I don't think Punk gets hurt by putting Darby over. It all depends on what they do post-match. I hate putting Punk on the losing end of his first match. But again, you also got to wonder, is Punk coming in to take that Chris Jericho spot that he's going to vacate to put the young guys over?
I think this is a transitional period between Punk and Chris Jericho. One goes out, one comes in. Now, does this hurt CM Punk? Kind of, sort of. Because, CM Punk really needs that rub. And on top of that, he's in Chicago. So
right.
What better way to, celebrate him coming back to get a win? Saying that, I'm back, whatever, this whole thing with Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels was gone for about 4 years or whatever.
Right.
He got that rub from Triple H, but post-match, he got a sledgehammer to his back.
Right.
So
maybe a Darby heel turn. That would be interesting.
I was going down that direction. So, and that will also increase that will put some intensity on their feud. Because if you really look at Darby Allin is not really your typical face. He's not a face, but he's a dark. He's he reminds me of a Undertaker, somewhat. He could be a face. He could be a heel. But I would like to see heel Darby Allin. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
As long as you get him away from Sting. At this point, once again, I've said this before, I think on this platform, Darby Allin is to Sting is to Darby Allin what Jose Lothario was to Shawn Michaels in 96. He's dragging him down, in my opinion. Darby Allin, in my mind, the only connection we have between the two is the fact that they both wear face paint. I literally, it's been pointless for me. Watching Sting tonight on Rampage get physical was painful for me. He literally had to stand in the corner and hold a rope to steady himself while he was throwing them classic Sting blows. I mean,
and that's another thing too with AEW. I get that they're paying homage to the past stars. I get it. I totally and I love it. I love it a lot. But the thing is that you don't want these wrestlers to be embarrassed either. You don't want them to show their age. You don't, because when they start showing their age, then it starts showing, the product is here for the senior citizens, and then that will
WCW.
Exactly. So that will start like saying, okay, this is a WCW 2.0, because there's already rumors that Ric Flair is supposed to be coming to AEW. And I'm sorry, I'm not here to see Flair.
Especially not if they team him with Andrade. Like, I'm sorry, I love Rick to death. I do not want to see him team with Andrade. The only benefit I could see to Ric Flair is if they can't call it the Four Horsemen. Let's be 100% serious here. They cannot call it the Four Horsemen. Mm-hmm. But if Flair brought about a group of 4 individuals, even like FTR would have been perfect with Tully, to be in that group, 4 individuals. That's the only benefit I could see to bringing Flair in. Flair, if he is brought in, needs to be backstage working with talent on how to put a great match and tell a story together. That is it for him.
So let me read this comment from R. He said, you guys were talking about Sasha and Charlotte being mad at creative. Let me ask this. Was Andrade signing a ploy to get Charlotte in a long run?
Do I think it hurts? No. I think you'd be foolish to say that the only reason they signed Andrade was for Charlotte, though, because Andrade can deliver. We haven't seen it yet, and that's what worries me. If Andrade's kind of in that Dean Ambrose, John Moxley position where he's just given up and all the creative juices have dried up, but we know Andrade can go. We've seen it plenty of times.
We've seen it at Triple Mania. Like him and Kenny Omega, they had an awesome fucking match.
Which, let's be honest, again, was kind of ruined by Flair being there.
Yeah. And Flair is, I know he means well.
He does.
But his presence does more damage than good. If you really look at it, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
Flair, nobody's saying you're not the GOAT anymore. You can sit down and enjoy being the GOAT.
Exactly. It's just the thing about it is you don't have to be the GOAT 24/7, 365 days a year. Everybody doesn't need to see a Flair. Exactly. It's bad enough that we see your damn daughter going through, medical and plastic procedures.
Jesus Christ, she doesn't even look the same anymore.
She looks like a fucking mannequin, bro.
It's scary.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here looking at her face, and every time I see something that says Charlotte, and I look at the picture, I'm like, I have to do a double take, like, shit.
Did you not see that last picture she had? She looked like a fucking bowling pin.
Ooh.
Like, for real. Like, just saying. But no, going to CM Punk and Darby Allin, I think CM Punk really needs this win.
Mm-hmm.
But if Darby Allin wins, I want to see something dramatic happen, honestly.
Right. I wouldn't mind seeing even the Darby turn where Darby does something dirty to pick up the victory. I think that looking at the build, I think we are going to get somebody to turn heel. Punk wouldn't necessarily make sense to turn heel just right off the bat, and you're not going to turn him in front of Chicago. But if you plant the minor seeds in Chicago and then blossom them fully somewhere else, maybe. I'm just kind of nervous about that one. Final matchup, Kenny Omega versus Christian Cage. I'm here. I think we're both going to have the same prediction. Here's why I said put a pin in Adam Cole. I think Kenny wins. The best way to move forward. I don't want to see Daniel Bryan challenge for the title first. I don't want to see CM Punk challenge for the title. Get that out of the way. Do what you used to do. Let the lights go out while he's celebrating. Hit Adam's old Ring of Honor music. Adam Cole versus Kenny Omega for the AEW Championship. Think about it. It makes sense because Kenny and Adam had the biggest issues on being the elite when Kenny and Adam were in the Bullet Club together. That would be beautiful magic.
Ooh. Then on top of that, if you have ever seen the Elite, they killed Adam Cole. Mm-hmm. Why not bring him back to life on the biggest pay-per-view?
Exactly. Come back, come after Kenny. Oh my God, that would be beautiful.
This will be the Elite's worst nightmare.
Exactly. Hell, have the Bucks in there celebrating with Kenny after Kenny wins, and then let the lights go out and have Adam's music play. Because you know the Bucks can sell with their facial features. Oh my God.
Yes. Yeah, so everyone, Sunday is going to be a fucking trip, dude. You know, I think we're going to get a whole bunch of surprises. So yeah, everybody, I just put the link out. So if you guys want to come in, we're going to get you guys to come in and talk about a little bit about what we've been talking about in AEW.
While you're talking real quick, I'm going to step away for 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. So while he is leaving, bring in Rocky and Reese. So Reese.
What's up, Chris? Yeah, been enjoying the show so far. And man, I gotta tell you, I just put in for my tickets. I got it confirmed. I'm going to my local theater Sunday to check out All Out.
Awesome.
I already just saw like it's gonna be like a pretty small thing, but it's like we at least have 15 people already signed up for it.
Mm-hmm. Reese?
Show. What's up, Mike?
I got to know what the Wrestling Encyclopedia thinks about my Adam Cole versus Kenny Omega thoughts.
Yes.
Ooh. You know what? And I actually went back to look at the BT where they killed Adam Cole.
Kenny was the one who killed Adam, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh!
Yes. Yeah, because that's when Kenny took over leadership, I think. But
see, that right there is some good fucking storytelling. Yeah. That is really, really good storytelling. Oh my God, we got a special guest. Oh my God, I'm gonna bring him in a second. But yes, that right there. This is like it's coming from New Japan Wrestling. It's coming from Ring of Honor, and now it's in AEW. Like, this shit is crazy right now, dude. Like, this is nothing but, I mean, we're talking about like fucking 10 years of storytelling. And why not bring the same person that you killed?
Mm-hmm. But here's the interesting thing, though, is like, could you really picture Adam Cole being a face in this situation?
That's the only problem I have, because Adam should never be a face as his character.
He could be an anti-hero. I wouldn't say a full-fledged face, but anti-hero where he wants revenge. I mean, his friends killed him off. So, like, you don't have to be a face. You don't have to be Superman and put on the cape. But what you want is retribution. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers like killed me. You think I'm not gonna get any kind of payback?
What better retribution than taking the AEW championship?
Exactly. So Reese,
Goddamn,
so
AEW needs to hire us right now.
Yeah, they really do. They really do. So what's your thoughts on all the matches? Anything that you want to talk about? Anything you want to get out?
Yeah, just the entire card. First and foremost, I'm sorry that Andrade and Pac won't be on the card, but hey, All Out's lost, Rampage game. Because that match is definitely going to be heated. The tag team titles definitely. Like I said, there's going to be revenge for the Young Bucks in this one because remember that ladder match 2 years ago, as y'all brought up? Yeah, Young Bucks, or Lucha Brothers, excuse me, winning perhaps one of the damnedest ladder matches that I think I've ever seen. But you know what? It's been far too long since Lucha's been in AEW since day one. Damn it, they got to get some belts because realistically, if the Lucha Brothers don't win it, the Young Bucks pretty much beat every damn tag team.
If it's not Lucha, it should have been Jurassic Express.
Yeah, it really should have been. But now that I stopped and thought about it, there may be a couple of teams that I could probably see, although they're makeshift teams. But one I could probably see doing it would be Kazarian and Hangman.
No,
I think they're saving Hangman for when he gets back. Which, once again, by the way, going back to the Adam Cole thing, I don't think Adam takes the title. I think they are going to continue to save that for Hangman.
I would love to see it, but here's be my one problem I have with Hangman was that they waited too long. They're gonna make this feel like the kind of like how Luger was supposed to win the title at WrestleMania 10, but then they backed off of that and only just gave him that SummerSlam win. That's what I feel like they're gonna do with Hangman in some sense when he finally does get the title.
Here's the thing. I think it's a problem with wrestling fans as a whole. Yeah. The long-term storytelling aspect of this, in my mind, is fucking money. But a lot of normal wrestling fans have forgot about everything that's happened to Hangman at this point and what have you. So that speaks to more is long-term storytelling still got a place in modern professional wrestling.
Sadly,
yeah, and I agree. I agree, not to cut you off, Riso, but the thing about it is that this is where that bloated effects come into play when you have all of these new this influx of new stars that's coming in, but then you're not paying attention to the one that you've been building for the past 2 years. That becomes a problem. And then, when that becomes a problem, it's a snowball effect. It starts to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it starts to blow off. It starts to go, behind closed doors, and they talk about, hey, I'm not getting my shot. I'm not getting pushed, blah, blah, blah. Then this reaches on social media, and hopefully it doesn't get to that point.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, again, that's the only drawback to having the Adam situation we are in. Can you really not have that payoff of Adam winning the AEW championship to continue to get it to Hangman if we went with this? If they go with the scenario I'm talking about of having Adam versus Kenny, can you really wait or have Hangman wait to do that? It depends.
Yeah, it really. Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree on that. It's just, I don't want them to wait too long. I don't want them to wait like Roman Reigns waited 2 years to get his shine on, and he should have got his shit on. He should have got his shine on at the Royal Rumble when he was hot.
Let's be honest. By the time Roman got his moment, people were tired of Roman.
See,
that's
exactly
why.
My point.
That's why you wonder. Arturo, I completely agree with you, though. Hangman's story is one of, if not the best book storyline of the past 20 years, because it's long-term storytelling at its finest, and I love it. But once again, does it still have a place in modern professional wrestling?
I think it does, because this is all about the comeback story. This is all about the outsider that never gets to shine, the one that they overlook, because the one that you always overlook is the one that is the biggest threat.
And let's be honest, nobody, when that group was together in Ring of Honor, in New Japan, everybody was talking about Kenny and the Bucks and Adam Cole and everybody. Nobody talked about Hangman. And that's why it's such a beautiful story.
Exactly. And I think this is going to really play itself out. But the thing is just when are they going to pull that trigger? And are they willing to, like, you know, put the older / new faces on the back burner to make sure that this storyline plays itself out? Because right now it just seems like everyone is getting shine, but not, you know, Hangman Page.
And see, in my mind, what we're going to look to do is bridge the gap between All Out, the end of All Out, and when Hangman gets back from having his baby. So once again, I think the only way that's effective is, I mean, if you go into that Adam story, is if Adam doesn't win. Whoever's next, nobody can beat Kenny until Adam comes back. Kenny, again, needs to go on a monster run. I think having Christian beat Kenny for the Impact title once again was the biggest mistake they've made. The first title he should have dropped was that AEW championship.
No, I think he should have dropped that Impact championship, because really, honestly, Kenny doesn't need to be on Impact. He really don't need to be.
I'm not saying that dropping the title is a bad thing. I'm saying him losing, period, was a bad thing. Because you had this moment of, oh my God, he finally beat. It would have almost been like beating Goldberg's streak at a certain point. Because Kenny was like fucking Thanos. Like, he was the man. And then you just give him fucking Christian beating him on Rampage.
That's true.
To pop a rating.
So what I'm gonna do is, matter of fact, we'll just, you know, we'll just bring in Mr. Jaquez. Mr. Quez. Hello. This man is eating. What the hell?
I think Mr. Jaquez might be trying to get some food.
Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Wait, bro. Hold on. Did he say sweet tea?
He better have said sweet tea.
Did he say sweet tea?
Yo.
If he's at the McDonald's, he definitely better have said sweet tea.
Wait. McDonald's have sweet tea?
Sweet tea. I'm wondering McDonald's. Don't judge me.
Yeah, they actually do.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wait, you're from Chicago. Do they have, like, not throwing shade, do they have sweet tea in Chicago?
I'm from Chicago.
Or wait, no, you're not from Chicago. You're from Milwaukee. Do they have iced tea up that far north? For real though? Okay.
No.
Okay,
Maybe
that makes
Popeye's,
sense. Your comment makes sense now.
Maybe Popeye's chicken does, but no. We don't know. We have that thing called orange juice.
Yes. Orange juice.
Yes, we have orange juice. We have Crystal Lights. But we don't have those. No, we don't have sweet tea down here.
You're killing my little Southern heart here, bro. You're killing my little Southern heart.
Not at all. No. Okay, so it looks like Jaquez is getting his life together. So let's allow him to get his sweet tea together, and then I'll bring him back in a little bit. So, but yeah, everybody, if you guys want to come on and you want to talk with us, about what's your predictions on All Out, please come on.
Reese, while we're here and we still got you, what do you think about Britt? Do you agree with me that they're going to have to build somebody super quick to finally be able to take that title off of her?
You know, and there is where you're going to have to. Now, this is where the long-term story should really play out.
Okay.
And this went to what I was saying. Right now, you really do not have anybody that the fans would accept Britt losing the title to. And don't get it twisted. Like,
Reese, you fade now.
has had a hell of a year, especially coming back from her injury. And she has been one of the popular, like, quote unquote, homegrown talents that AEW has. Like, compared to Britt, yeah, sorry, I love my favorite alien, but DMD is just like Chris put it perfectly. She is white hot right now. And
She is.
You need somebody almost as white hot as she is. Actually, you need somebody to be even white hotter than Britt to finally take that title off of her.
But the question is, who?
You know, thinking about this, you make a good point with the long-term storytelling. Maybe Hater, or maybe Hater, or maybe who's that other chick? Her hype chick. Reba, not Rebel, or some shit like that.
No.
I would say,
No.
if anything, you brought up. Actually, no, somebody who just came back. I'd go Anna Jay because fans definitely liked her for one. Two, before the whole Dark Order thing went down with Brody, like, you wanted her to be, I don't want to say taken care of, but for lack of a better term, let's go with taken care of, and that you wanted to make sure that everybody protected her, set the fans didn't wind up turning off on her.
So I love Anna. I like Anna. Anna is, if Britt's here, as far as fandom goes, Anna's right here for me. I love Anna. But skill-wise, Britt's here. Anna's like here. Anna's in that red velvet category that I feel like Britt would have to carry her to a good match.
That's why I say, this is why you slow build her. Because, all right, you let her get her feet wet with the Casino Royale. Obviously, Anna's not going to win it. But just give her a couple light matches on Dark and Elevation. Let her build herself back up. Then, maybe work her with Conti going up against like Bunny and Penelope for a tag match. But like I said, take it her. Obviously, you got Bruiser in your back pocket. Obviously, and outside of that, though, you really don't have anybody.
And that's why I said Ty. And, for the same reason, Ty and Anna would probably be pretty close to each other as far as taking it. They're both going to take time to build the right way to make them a threat to her, a believable threat. And again, we're looking at, like you said, Thunder Rosa is probably the only person that is a threat to her. But I feel like if she dropped that title to Thunder Rosa, people would shit themselves and be pissed. As they should be.
Yeah, because I think that Thunder Rosa to me is mediocre.
Like ever since that unsanctioned match, I do gotta admit, like Rosa's kind of cooled off a little bit, but she definitely has the star power to eventually build herself back up. And but like I said, right now, like Britt's the only one that you really don't need work with. And as a heel champion, she'll like help get a lot of people up to par right now. But it's like, and then as we said, AEW really needs to ignore their man and focus on their women.
Reese, you fading out again.
Yeah, brother, I can barely hear you.
Yeah, I was saying that AEW, like both y'all said, they really need to ignore their men and focus on their women.
I agree. Right now, if we were to look at the division and say, okay, Britt went down injured, we need to get the title off of her ASAP. The only people that I think that could take that title off of her is somebody like that you bring in. That's it. Like, you're going to have to bring in a Sasha or a Charlotte or somebody of that caliber. I'll tell you this much. I think people would shit their fucking pants if Ruby took that title off of her. I don't think Ruby is damn near where she needs to be to take that title off of Britt.
And a name that probably has. Yeah, imagine if, and I doubt this is going to happen because she's still kind of got a lot of negative baggage associated with her.
I know who you're going to say.
Who?
You going to say Tessa?
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why they call him Money Mike.
I love Tessa, but Tessa ran her mouth way too much. I think, honestly, and unfortunately, NXT doesn't belong to Triple H, but when NXT belonged to Triple H, she should have went to the house of Triple H for image building because that would have worked for her. But now that Triple H doesn't run NXT anymore, Vince McMahon isn't going to know what to do with her besides, oh, you don't like black people? Let me push you right to the top. I mean, I'm just saying.
NXT and Living Color.
Right, exactly. No, Vince, but still, I don't think Tessa couldn't be on AEW because she is too much of a heat magnet. I think right now. Chris, would you agree with that? I think she's got too much heat still. From what happened with Impact and the fact that she made those comments, she's still got nuclear heat, bro.
Yeah, she's a bitch. I don't want her anywhere on my television at all. Like, I'm so serious. Now, a lot of fans can sit there and throw this under the bus or whatever, but I'm not going to ignore the fact that she was going around calling people niggers and shit,
right?
And
along the way she acted towards Ricochet when he broke up with her at WWE before all of this shit happened.
Yeah, and then that's my whole entire point, that she's just I'm good.
Like, she would be with her father, so I feel like she wouldn't act up as much with Daddy there. But man, people, if she came on their television next week, people would be rioting and just cancel AEW.
That would be bad for AEW, honestly. Yeah, it would really be bad for AEW.
Yeah, I'll take you one further with that one. You know how everybody's always going off whenever Rick was with Charlotte when she was the main roster? Yeah, if Tessa showed up in AEW and she got paired up with Tully, same concept. Actually, no, it would be worse.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Everyone, I'm sorry. Damn, we actually went past an hour. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We will finish this maybe either tomorrow, definitely Sunday. I'll be back Sunday. I'll be in Chicago, whatever. We'll talk about this after AEW. Look, Jaquez, if you can hear me, just get back with me when you're done getting your sweet tea. But fellas, thank you guys so much for coming on and everyone for watching. Until that time, I'm your host, Mr. Team Bring It.
I'm Money Mike.
I'm Rockin' Reese.
And we'll see you guys Sunday. Take care, everybody.